Welcome back to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton. I'm Josh and this is the 24/7 News Report. Today's headline comes from Tutto Juve, who have reported that Everton are observing Juventus midfielder Weston McKennie. Aston Villa and Newcastle are also interested. Juve reportedly want between 20 to 25 million euros for the midfielder. We put out a poll to see how you guys felt about Weston McKennie joining Everton, and with over 1,400 of you getting involved, 41.8% of you wanted to see this transfer happen, 22.2% were unsure, and 36% were against this particular bit of business. Now, a player that I've seen a little bit of, but I couldn't say I've seen enough to really generate a proper opinion. I think at his best, he'd definitely get into our midfield and maybe take some of the pressure off some of the players that we currently have. And if we were to lose some players, whether that just be contract running out or age, or if we were to sell some midfielders, then it may be a good bit of business if we could get the money that is, and if he would be a player we'd be confident would perform well for us. We're in a tricky position at the minute where we can't really take a chance on a player that essentially might turn out like Dele Alli, where we know that there's quality in there, but just won't, it isn't quality. We won't, we'll see week in, week out. Reports coming out from Sports Hochi have said that Everton have inquired for Fortuna, Dusseldorf and Japan midfielder Tanaka. Bayern Leverkusen, Stuttgart and Leeds are also interested. Reports from La Stampa back this up, saying Everton are providing strong competition for the player signature. They've also added Genoa and Parma to the list of teams that are interested. A player I know nothing about. And usually when I see a player that I have no idea about, I see the teams that are interested. Some good teams in the running. Does that mean he's a good player? Not necessarily, but I've never seen him in action, so it'd be tough to give an opinion on. We've got no prices at the minute, so we'll have to keep our eye on that and see how it develops. Diario Sport have reported that Arsenal are closely following Everton midfielder Amadou Onana ahead of potential approach this summer. A player that we know will be approached. I think clearly has quality and young up and coming, linked with so many top teams at the minute. Probably a player that I think a lot of Evertonians will expect potentially will leave. Obviously, I think as a club we'll want to keep hold of him, but if there's a player that will be one to go at, I think he's on there. Obviously, one of the players that has some real potential at Everton. We've seen reports recently about we don't want to sell Branthwaite and we want to keep hold of him. I think Amadou Onana is one we also want to keep hold of, but if we can get a great deal on him, some big money, I think maybe the people at Everton might seriously consider that, and it depends what the player wants as well. But we'll have to keep our eyes, see what happens there. Obviously, Arsenal and a number of teams, we've had reports for quite some time now about teams coming in. But at the minute, he's an Everton player, so we'll just have to see how that progresses. Mirror Football have reported that despite the share purchase agreement between Everton and 777 Partners expiring, meaning Moshiri is now free to negotiate the sale of the club to other interested parties, it's reported that Moshiri will still keep negotiating with 777 Partners. Yeah, honestly, something that's dragged out far too long, going past deadlines and obviously here with the agreement between Everton and 777 Partners expiring, it's somehow still going. Obviously, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I don't know how many other interested parties there are, but Moshiri still seems really adamant about this being the people that we want to sell to. I think maybe he just wants out at the minute. It's a gut feeling. I don't know much about that situation on his side of things. Obviously, we only get what comes through the news and his statements, were, as and when he releases them. But my gut feeling says that he just wants out, and he sees this as like if he just keeps going, he might be able to get this all over and done with. But yeah, it's been going on for far too long. I think a lot of Evertonians aren't happy with them being owners of the club anyway, so it's just not a great situation. Paul O'Keefe have said that Everton creditors MSP Sports Capital are in talks with Tottenham over potential investment that could result in a 40% stake in Spurs. MSP are currently owed £158 million from Everton after Farhad Moshiri took a loan for the construction of the stadium at Bramley Moor Docks last year, after MSP failed to purchase a stake in Everton Football Club. So just what a situation to watch. Obviously, they'll be wanting that money, and it's a lot of money to come out of our accounts at the minute. Something that we do not want to pay back sooner than we need to. News coming out of the Echo have said that Everton can face Championship side Preston North End this summer as part of the pre-season friendlies. Everton are also rumoured to be going to Dublin during the pre-season, although at this point no schedule or games have been confirmed by the club. But it's nice to have a look at the rumours, see what kind of opponents we'll be facing. Yeah, it'll be interesting this pre-season. Obviously, we want to build on what we've kind of got done last season. I mean, I think a lot of Evertonians feel that generally as the season goes, I mean, not where we want to be, but definitely better than the season before and the season before that. And we've been hit by some struggles this season as well, especially points deduction wise. So, all things considered, you know, if we can build on that, then that'd be great. If we can just have even just a more comfortable season, a season where we're not in that battle at the bottom the whole time would be something. Lastly, in light of reports of former Everton striker Kevin Campbell's illness and admission to hospital, we would like to say that the thoughts of everyone here at the Toffee Blues are with him and his family, and we hope he continues to fight on. But that's it for the news for today. Let me know how you feel about all these different news stories coming out. Do you know anything about the Japan midfielder Tanaka? Do you think he'd be a good suit for Everton? Weston McKennie, how do you feel he'd slot in? Do you think that'd be a good bit of business? Let us know in the comments. I've been Josh. This is the Toffee Blues. Thanks for watching. See you later.